I would like to show you something. I want to answer your question because ever since I came back, I've been posting, I've been showing you videos, and I showed you kids as well when I was in South Africa from my other partner. I think you see also in my country, by the time I came back, goats are really doing well in terms of production. The question that you guys, you've been posing to me of all the videos that you've seen animals weighing over 120 kgs or 140, 150. You've seen animals of 120 kgs live weight, males at only 11 months. Question is, what do those kids, what do those people feed these animals on to come up with this? Oh, what is the magic behind that growth? Here I am. What I really understood from the other end is what I want to explain to you today. These are my kids. Actually, what I saw the other side is what I'm trying to practice right now here. Though at the other end, it's too expensive to happen because every goat, like most of my goats here, these are 2 days, 3 days, and whichever goat that was being produced in South Africa, I showed you, they had their cages, of which what we are not doing here. I think you see all these goats have numbers. I think you can see this is 20, 28. You get? So 28, if we use what we call the permanent spray, which doesn't go off. So if a goat produces, let's say it's number 1, we give it 001, we write on its kid, and we also write on the side of the mother using the tag marker. The permanent spray marker, or spray actually. The reason why we do that, because kids are born within a shortest period of time. Now these were born in a period of 3 to 4 days altogether. So it's very hard to understand who produced who. You get it? But that is the identification we do at first. We weigh them, then after weighing them, we write the mother and the possible father, and then also we mark it with the number of the mother. Let's say if in the production was the 001, we give it 001. Like the way I have showed you that these guys are given numbers. You know which number are you? This one is 14. You get? Is it 14? Yep. Let's check. This is number 16. And when you check on the mother, still it will have the same number. So, sorry. So, what I'm trying to say, how do those guys come up with those very beautiful animals? 1, identification, of which we've done it. 2nd, they separate the mothers and give it a cage to take care of its kids, of which we are not doing it here. Why? Because it is very, very expensive. But time comes, we shall do it. What do we do? For us here, after separating them from the mothers, they stay in. This is the kids' pen, like the way I've been explaining to you. What do we do in the kids' pen? You see now, they are 1 week. Most of these are 2 days, 3 days. Maximum is 1 week. But what they do in South Africa, the mothers, they give them a feed called creep feed pellets. Guys, in South Africa, farmers are not making their own feeds. They can do it, but for them, they are specific. You get it? What am I trying to mean? There is a company which is measuring in making the feeds. So they produce the creep feeds. Creep feeds are given to the lactating mothers and even the kids. That creep feed is supporting the mother to have a lot of milk, to have a lot of nutrients, whereby it can as well transfer it to the kids. So that's what they call creep feed. It is made by a company, not by a farm. You see what we are trying also to copy and understand. So that means you have to put money in your goat if you want it to make it in that way. So they give them the creep feed. That creep feed, it is the same they give to these kids, the lactating mothers and these kids. Why? Because there is some nutrients which are needed in the kids and also female mothers and even in the nannies. So the crib feed is the supplementary to the mother, the young kids, and the nannies, the one that have just been weaned. Why? Because we need those animals, mostly the nannies, to keep having the femininity, the fertility. You know, the femininity determines whether that animal will be enough fertile. I'll teach you how to grade animals because that's the course I was doing in South Africa. I'll show you how to grade, know the animal, its possibility. Is it a potential stud animal or it is a stud probably? I'll take you through all that. But now, I want to explain to you. When the kids are born, they depend on the mother's milk. The mothers are given crib feeds as a supplementary. It eats the normal grass or the alfalfa grass that I've been telling you all throughout, which is also here. You get it? I have put it in my kids section. So they feed on the crib feed, and the mothers also feed on the crib feed. But these kids are exposed to the pellets. Pellet is just a formulation, like the way you can mix your feed. Then you put it in a machine. The machine compresses it into a baguette form or like a spaghetti form, but very small that even this kid can be able to eat it. But in that ingredient, there is a protein as part of it being the highest, because the mother is supposed to provide milk, and milk is part of the protein. So what we are missing in Uganda or even other neighboring countries, we don't have a company that is mixing that crib feed. But I got the formulation whereby we need to substitute some few things that are not here, and they are in South Africa. But we have more, which has more ingredients here than even what they have. So we just need to look at that formulation. We substitute. Like if they say they need oat wheat or oat seeds, or let's say barley seeds or whatever, we can substitute it with the grass that has the same nutritional value, or let's say the protein value and everything. So kids start to eat at 1 week. We have to expose them to the feeds. Why? Because we also want them to start building their own muscles. Though they are getting the ability from the mother to produce their muscle cells and growth, but as well themselves, we start feeding them. So me, what I'm trying to do right now here, these are vitamins, okay? We get the vitamin. This vitamin, it can either be Ulceril, or it can be Aminovit or Introvit. But every week when you're spraying these kids, you're exposing them to stress. The moment you spray them or do an activity on these goats, definitely you have to give them, you must give them the vitamin, and of which the vitamin, I've given you the Ulceril, I've given you the Introvit, I've given you the Aminovit. Those are some of the vitamins that we are supposed to give. So we have also put it here. So this is alfalfa. I want these guys to start learning how to eat it by themselves, though they cannot digest it very, very well, being that their rumen have not yet already grown. But I've decided to start exposing them to such. The animal where they lose their muscles and start not to grow, we might have the same genetics like what the South Africans have, but they are beating us from the nutrition, from the taking care of the kids, because this is the most critical time. So when these kids grow, like now for me, I've also started giving them, though I have not done a pellet, but I've started mixing this feed. There is a guy who gave me the lactating concentrate, so I mix it with bran, and I let these kids start testing it with the alfalfa within a period of 1 week. You guys, I copy and move on the pace. You get it? So now what else? I have put on the alfalfa for them to keep learning how to eat. When the mothers come, they also do milk. Then when these kids makes 2 months, they will be weaned. You get it? From the mothers. The female weaners or the nannies will be kept on the creep feed as a supplementary. They go feed, come back, and then we give them the creep feed as a supplementary in the night. Animals are supposed to feed during day, and they are supposed to feed also during night, depending on what you want to be. You want them to be, or to show you, or to perform. So what happens? You give them the creep feeds. Then the males, also a company, makes another feed called ram booster. Because goats of 2 months to 3, they will need what they call ram booster. Ram booster helps these animals to build the muscle, the neck connection. If the neck is already good enough, but also you need the feeds which can build up the muscles. These animals you see are not just building up muscles because they go and feed for free, but they also have to come back and add in something after they come back. You get it? So the male feed is called ram booster. The female kids, nannies and the mothers, it's called creep feed. That's what they give to the kids, and also give to the lactating mothers, and also give it to the nannies. Because if you give the nannies the ram booster, you find that the animals will lose the femininity. They will start building up the neck muscles, they will start building up the chest, and in actual sense, a female goat shouldn't have to build a big chest, shouldn't have to build a lot of sorry, the neck connection shouldn't be very big. So the female wouldn't look nice if the face looks like for the male, which is loss of femininity, and that might lead to infertility of an animal. So basically, that is the answer I have come up with for you. The reason why those animals come up in that way. We need to increase on the feeding. Which feeding? I have told you what they really need. I've also told you what exactly the males need and which helps them to grow up to that. Then as well, you have to make sure that your animals makes exercise, mostly the males, because it gives them much energy to build up the chest. Like the way we men, if you want to build up a big chest, you have to go and do the gym. So for them, they do it when they are jumping up and down. It really helps them to build the chest muscles, and then you add on the ram booster. I got the formulation for the ram booster and the creep feed, and I'm still doing the comparison to see which grasses can we, or which ingredients or concentrates do we need to mix to come up with the ration of what the other guys are definitely using. But as well, there is a lot of companies here that can come up with that formulation, and we also do it. So my dear people, if you want to build up those animals and they grow at that high rate, those are some of the basic information I could give you, such that you guys, you can as well think about it of feeding these animals. A lot is coming, but I really wanted to give you an intro to what I have. And very soon, I'll be disposing one by one, such that we can make a lot of more other changes. Let me just wish you the best, you guys, and bye for now.